You know, I'm having one of those days today where I'm at the airport here in Huntsville, Alabama. Now, I love the meetings I was at. I've been broadcasting them. Great worship, but this is just one of those out. This is like an airport where nobody goes. So my flight's delayed and delayed and delayed. So I'm sitting there for a couple of hours, but I'm redeeming the time in this godforsaken airport, which has no heat. I'm redeeming the time because I'm reading about like transgenders and stuff like this because I'm trying to get my head wrapped around what the heck is going on with culture. 47% of transgender people will at some point attempt to commit suicide. Now the left will tell you this because they're being bullied, but they're not being bullied. It's a very, very small number of people, and as you know, conservatives and Christians are like so accommodating, and we fumble over ourselves to get along with people. So it's the mental stress of that choice that's creating it. Anyway, so I'm reading that. And I'm noticing these guys are looking at me funny. Well, they're just giving me a second look. The Alabama men, I'm not saying they're rednecks or anything, but just saying the Alabama guys are here. And they're looking at me kind of funny. It's so cold here that I wrap my legs in a worship shawl that a woman was using. It was a great gift. She gave it to me she was worshiping with it for years. She said, but the Lord told me to give it to you. But I'm so cold, so I'm wearing this. And I realize, as guys are coming up and looking at me, I look like I'm wearing a dress. This is like classic. I'm reading about transgenders, looking at these guys and saying, what's wrong with these people? And I'm dressed like a woman. And of course it's not. It's just that it's that I could take it off, but I'm wrapped around it in my legs because my legs are cold. Oh my God. So it just goes to show you, things aren't always what they appear to be. And I'm trying to reassure them by acting manly. Anyway, I'm cold here, so I'm wearing my worship skirt. Now I understand the looks. I want you guys to join me. I want to get the word out for Philadelphia. I'm going to Philadelphia. I just got asked to do this thing. I'm going to be doing this with Dutch Sheets and Alveda King, Mike Huckabee. A friend of mine, Nancy Hansen, told me about this meeting. These people are investing in like the Union Leagues, one of the most historically famous places in Philadelphia. Here, let me just wrap it around my shoulder here. Wrap myself in my feminine energy. Anyway, it's hard to take me seriously, I know, when I'm dressed like this, but it's freezing cold here. I'm telling you, these podunk little airports. Anyway, Union League, meet me in Philadelphia. Now, Friday and Saturday, we're going to have a breakfast and lunch, and it's going to be a solemn assembly, which sounds kind of a contradiction because I think you're supposed to fast on a solemn assembly. Well, we're not exactly getting this thing perfect here yet, but the fasting solemn assembly will include breakfast and lunch. But it will be solemn. I can't even promise that, but I'll tell you it'll be an assembly. You know what? I just think that we have to have joy for this warfare. We have to have joy for this warfare because it's so crazy. Liberals are crazy. The left is crazy. They've lost their flippin' minds. And then I'm reading Nancy Pelosi today, and she's going, we have to do this for the sake of the future, for the Constitution, and for our responsibilities as one nation under God, or I don't know, I'm having some gag reflex response watching her say, quote, what would be the truth, except it's being used for the most absurd of causes. Anyway, I have a really long domain name. I have a joke. I actually bought this domain name, needlesslylongdomainname.com. Needlesslylongdomainname.com, just because one day I felt like it would be funny to own it. But I actually have a really long domain name for you. I'm gonna post it in a minute. I can't remember what it is. I think it's the capstoneexperiment.com. The capstoneexperiment.com. But it's the organization I'm working with, which is a great organization, and true to these places, their heart is so sincere that they're not marketing oriented. So that happens. Sincere people and sincere ministries aren't always great marketers. That's just the way it is. And then some people that are really slick at marketing aren't really substantially integer. But these are the real deal. But I think it's the Capstone Foundation or the Capstone Experiment Anyway, it's the Capstone Foundation, but it's these are the people that are putting this thing on this weekend. I want you guys to get the word out to everyone, especially in the Philadelphia area, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's a swing state. William Penn dedicated that whole state to God. It's got a covenant root in it that's stronger than any other state. And you know how these can go. I mean, Virginia and Massachusetts, they basically just like broke free from their covenant. They're like between sheep and goat nations. They're like sheep and goat states. We can't let Pennsylvania go that way. And Philadelphia especially, the historic city of our Congress, our formation, the Liberty Bell, Founding Fathers meeting there. And for those of you that can afford it, like those of you rich people, you rich cats out there, I think that they're having they're going to have like the philanthropists and business people's dinner or something with Huckabee in the evening, a dinner at gala there, and a tour of the city. And so it's going to be really cool. But I want you guys to go. Meet me in Philadelphia. And if nothing else, join me for breakfast and lunch on the Solemn Assembly, and join me on Saturday, Friday and Saturday. Dutch Sheets will be there. I think it'll be great. Just saw Dutch recently. Okay, I'll sit here in my lotus position, floating here at the airport. I'll put on my worship scarf, keep my legs from freezing, while I read about how transgenderism is confusing America. I can't believe this flight's been delayed 3 hours. All right, well, I'm going to redeem the time. I'll talk to you guys. I'll be checking in, okay? Just because you're helping me here make it through the airport delay. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Lance Wallnau, but you already know that. What you don't know is you can subscribe and get another video. And I encourage you to do that right now. Just do it now while the moment's here. Just press that subscribe button and go for it.